Good evening, everybody. How are you? I'm hanging in, as always. Um, just staying warm, waiting for the supposed snowstorm or ice storm to happen tonight and tomorrow, whatever. I ain't worried about it. I'm just getting ready to do my nightly. I just cleaned my face, and I'm getting ready to put on my facial products for the night and get ready to go to bed. But hadn't made a video in a while, so figured I'd make one tonight. It's been I'm not gonna lie, it's been a rough couple weeks. Yeah, I miss all my cats, of course, but 2 years ago was when I was really going through it with Lovey, and had just got hit with the fact that we had removed her necrotic spleen, but she probably didn't have long to live, and she really didn't. So, 9 days from now will be the anniversary of when she passed. So that's been hitting me really hard, but I haven't been focusing on it. I've been doing what I can to keep myself present and not focused on the past. I miss that girl every day. She was my heart and soul. She really was. And that little girl got me through a lot. And not having her here now, I'm not gonna lie, it's difficult, but I'm managing. And I remember all the wonderful times I had with her. I never minded not getting any housework done because she was curled up in my lap under the covers sleeping. So, but it's been rough with that, but it's the way it goes, and I'm dealing with it a lot better than I did 2 years ago. So we're all very grateful for that. Well, maybe not all of us, but I know I am. So, and of course, at this point, 5 years ago, I was in the process of losing Lucy. And I had already lost Belden, Smokey, and Socks. So, this is a painful reminder of all that loss, but, discussing all this was my main it's the thing that my therapist and I mainly talked about during our session on Thursday, I think it was. We talked about how I was handling it and making sure I'm not falling into those, old habits of isolation and, ruminating 24/7 on it. So that was the main focus of my therapy session with Jasmine on Thursday. But she's she told me point blank she is very proud of the way I'm handling everything right now, and the fact that I've changed my approach in dealing with it all. And I've been seeing her for almost 4 years now. And, she tells me all the time, you know, she wishes she could have taken a picture at every one of our appointments to just show the progress she has seen in me over our time together. Not just physically, but, you know, the progress I've made mentally and emotionally, it affects how I am physically as well, and how I appear. And she, you know, she tells me all the time she is so proud and so in awe of how I'm always willing to do the hard work to get to work through these things and not to just stay stuck. So I'll tell you, she really has been the absolute best therapist I have ever had. And as scary as it is, she knows more about me than any other person on this planet. Because a lot of people know a lot of different things about me. But no one ever knows all. And she knows more about me than any other person other than myself. I mean, there's shit my kids don't even know and never will that she knows about me, which is pretty amazing in and of itself, because normally that shit I don't talk about. That's why it stays hidden. So, you know, she's definitely been a big blessing in helping me overcome my own toxic traits. Because I do have them, and I've had a lot of them. But on the good news front, I got called today by the lady that's in charge of the Smith County Public Library System for the class that I'm giving on the 10th of July. I'm giving 2 classes in Smith County, one in Marion, one in Chilhowie at the same day. Just, you know, one's at 11, one's at 6, so that's pretty cool. But she called me today to kind of go over everything and, you know, make sure everything was still okay, what kind of things I might need for it. And I'm like, just give me a couple tables, we're good, you know. I don't really need much, just a couple tables to put all my tarantulas on, and we'll go from there. But, you know, she was asking me all these questions like I'm not just some ordinary person that kind of fell into giving classes, like this was my business. Like, do I have an invoice that I can send to her, or did she need to just make one up on her own? And I'm like, yeah, I don't have an invoice. You got to do this. You make it up, whatever. So that was pretty funny. You know, just the fact that these classes will only be the second time I'm doing classes. I mean, I've only done one class before in my life, so, you know, this is still something I'm pretty new with. But, you know, she also had to get, you know, my address, and, so she, you know, I gave her my address and everything, and, you know, then we're talking about, she's like, well, you know, let's discuss your fee. And I'm like, again, in my head, I'm like, my fee? You like I'm normalizing charging for giving a class on something I love to talk about here. Yeah. I'm like, what? That just really doesn't make much sense in my eyes, but, you know, I just, I guess she thinks I'm just used to doing this, and I'm really not. So, you know, I told her the amount that I got paid at with county last year, which was $200, which is fine. And then, then she notices where I'm coming from, because she went over the address and she's like, is that Wytheville? I'm like, no, that's Next Meadows. And she's like, oh, that's even farther. But so should we increase that to compensate for travel and gas? And I'm like, of course, in the back of my mind, I'm like, shit, if you want to pay me more, I ain't gonna argue. I mean, come on. Twist my arm. Ow, ow, ow. Yeah, that hurts. So I'm like, I guess we can. That'd be kind of good, I guess. So, at first I was fine with, like, adding just $50 to it, but, she insisted on adding another $75 to it. So I'm giving 2 classes on the 10th of July in Smith County. So I don't even have to travel back and forth. This is just one trip from one, and then when I get there, I'll go from one library, have a rest, and then to the other library. So for doing those 2 classes, I am going to end up with about half of what I get in my normal monthly disability check. 2 classes that are going to be in the same day, and I'm getting half of the money I get each month, because we agreed on $275 for each class. And I'm like, Jesus. How the hell how did I get so lucky? So, if I add the class I'm going to be doing here in Wytheville, that's 3 classes, and I'm going to make almost as much as I get in my monthly disability. We're getting right up to that limit there of what I get monthly, and in 3 classes I'm going to be bringing that home, just for talking about tarantulas to people that are wanting to listen and be able to see one in person. So I'm like, this is all really new to me. I mean, really, really, really new to me. And I'm like, people kind of normalize this in their head? Do they really? I'm just like, so, honestly, I'm just so thrilled that I get to give the classes. And the fact that I'm getting paid for it is just mind-blowing to me. And at the very end of our conversation, well, not the very end, but, after discussing my, adding the 75 for travel and gas, she's like, well, even adding that into it, that's a bargain. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, shit, you mean I could have asked for more and they would have paid it? I'm like, how much are these people that give classes at the library, how much are they charging? Is what I want to know. I'm like, how? I don't get it. How much are these people charging to give a class? I'm like, I was happy just getting $200 last year for giving the class in Fortress up at Wytheville. But then she says that's even adding on for traveling guys, that's a bargain. I'm like, Jesus. How the fuck? So I guess if I'm gonna keep doing this and maybe expand, then I'm gonna have to kind of normalize my pricing and make it more of a generic thing and not say, well, let's just, just throw out a number here. And maybe get invoices made up so I can email them or something to them, something like that. I don't know. It's all still so new to me that I'm still just so thrilled at the fact that I get to give the classes. Honestly, that's all I care about, is I get to share my love of my tarantulas with people. And then the bonus, the cherry on top, along with the Cool Whip and everything else, is that I get paid for it. And obviously they're willing to pay me more than what I'm asking if they say that's what I've said I'm willing to take is a bargain. Shit. So yeah, very, very good news. I mean, that's good news for me. I mean, but I did find out that the third library they have in Smith County, it's like a very small one-room building that if they do any kind of classes, they have to rent out another area for that. So me giving a class there isn't going to happen, but I really don't care at this point. That's fine. But I think this week I am going to look up for like Pulaski County and get some surrounding numbers for a couple more areas and see if they're would be willing to host a class with me. So we'll see. Today I just kind of lounged around. I was tired and I just let Jet sleep on me all day. So tomorrow I'll get some phone numbers and maybe talk to the coordinators of the other areas and see if they want to schedule a class with me. Hey, if it gives me more money I can set aside for my bills, then I'm gonna be happy with that. Not a problem at all. I'll take it. Anything helps out these days, I'll tell you. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Of course, it is only February, but, March, April, May, June, we got 5 months, but, last year, those 5 months went really quick as I thought about it. So, and the fact that I'm hoping to do classes in more counties gives me time to get things set up so I'm, not overwhelmed at one point. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and start trying to give calls to these other areas and see if they're interested. So we'll have to wait and see. I'll be doing that tomorrow. I got nothing going on, so yeah. But yeah, I was just like, she's acting like this should be all normal for me, and I'm just like, how the fuck is any of this normal? I've only given one class before. It was funny. She's like, well, do we need to, use some tape and make a line for them to not cross or something? I'm like, no, that's not a good idea, because what happens when you put a line down and tell a kid not to cross it? What do? Their first thing is they're going to want to cross that. So we don't need any lines or, line on the ground, stay this far back. No, we're not doing that. Oh, I think it'll go just fine. So yeah, that was a good way to end my afternoon, was with my conversation with her. So definitely, yeah, it's the beginning of February, but I am so excited to see what this spring and summer holds for me and how many classes I might be able to give. So I'm just really really excited to see what comes. So, we'll see where we go. I do have to call Withful's office to library tomorrow, though. Yep, reminder to myself. Don't forget to do that. So, all right. Well, I just wanted to give a quick update on what was going on. I miss my lovey very much, but I'm handling it a lot better than I did even a year ago. I was still, isolating myself a year ago. So, I'm doing better, and that's all I can hope for. That's all I can ask of myself, is to keep working and keep doing more. So it's okay for me to miss her. She was very important to me, and she always will be. She was a one-of-a-kind little girl, and I can say that. I can be sad, but I'm also happy that I had her for 11 years. 11 years. And I gave her the best life she had and could have ever wanted. So I'm really okay. Life's a struggle every day, but I'm learning how to manage it a lot better. So, all right, y'all. I'm off here. I've already done my face routine. Don't I look beautiful? Yes, I do. So I will talk to you all in the next video. And thanks for watching. I love you all very much, and I appreciate everything from you all. So I hope you have a wonderful night, and I will see you all in my next video. So have a good night. Bye.